Attention consumers. Certain portable gaming systems are being dressed up in order to distract the buyer from their ordinary one-color play. What could be next? Little flower print dresses? Black leather restraining devices? Fresh baked olive loaf? Don't be fooled. Get Sega Game Gear. Basic black on the outside. Hundreds of exciting full-color games radiating from the inside. And we promise no sleazy little get-ups that scream, "Hello, big boy. Get Game Gear." Sega!
Welcome back, everybody. It's that time of the month again. I'm bloody chuffed. Let's do it. So quick shout out to Barcode Battler 2587. I asked for synonyms for excited because I got tired of saying excited so much. They suggest bloody chuffed, and it was bloody perfect. So thank you. I appreciate it. So also a quick shout out to Angry Monkey Games. He gave me some suggestions for words to use instead of awesome. Let's see if I can remember to use different words or if I just keep falling back on awesome. Now, this month, I've been watching these other people's unboxing videos for a long time. I've watched a lot of them. There's still some I haven't seen, and I'm trying to work through all of them because I love watching them. And I'm always seeing people talk about their bulges, and I've never really gotten a bulge yet. Finally, I mean, it's not a great big bulge, but if you can see there, it's a bulging. So I'm excited. So I put Game Boy Advance back on. It sounds like there might be some Game Boy Advance in there. I'm not sure, but it's bulging, and that's very exciting. Let's see if I can get... So yeah, bloody chuffed. Let's do it. Bulge. Oh, another cool thing is my box came on time. It's the 3rd. I had been getting my box for various reasons much later in the month, so I have not watched anybody else's video yet, so I have no idea what the trinket is. I got a 1-up. Cha-ching, cha-ching. That is bodacious. I think this is our trinket. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's a VGM drink coaster. Pretty cool. That's the mascot, Floyd. I do like Floyd's design. He's got a nice little beer there. Gnarly. This is the best trinket I think I've gotten yet so far. Okay, got bubble wrap. I never pop it or anything. Maybe I'll do that. More bubble wrap. That's everything. So we just leave it. Okay. NES. 2 NES games. Oh my goodness. Game Gear. Ooh. Atari. Might be another Game Gear on Atari. Okay. So, I'm just surprised. So I only had 1 month where I got Game Boy Advance, and it was all like licensed, like kid cartoon games, a lot of shovelware and stuff, and because that's cheap, super cheap and readily available. And so I took it off, and then I was like, I should probably give it more time. And I do want to build up that collection, and I might as well just get those. I mean, I figure the entertainment that could be had maybe with me playing these awful shovelware games, I owe it to you guys to watch me suffer. So we'll save NES for last. I don't know what to do first. Let's do Game Gear. I think there is 2 Game Gear games. Very small collection. I'm ready for this. Alright, so first game. What is that? Tasmania. I believe I've heard good things about this. Tubular. This is tubular. Really sweet. This cartridge is like beautiful. Like there's no marks on it. Like the label. Yeah, there's. Look at that. That is a beautiful label. I am very looking forward to that. That's bodacious as hell. I believe I heard good things about this. I don't think I've heard as positive a reception for this as the Genesis version, but sweet, super sweet. Tasmania was released for the Game Gear in 1992, and I'm going to be 100% honest, it did not make the greatest first impression. I think I was expecting more of just a standard platformer. It drops you in on this first level, you're trying to run away from this rock. It took me several times to really figure out what I was supposed to do. I eventually got the hang of it. It just wasn't very satisfying to play. The game is very, very choppy. I don't know how well that translates in this footage. You'll see when I make this big jump at the end how choppy it is. It just wasn't very fun to play. After I figured it out a little bit, I did start to enjoy it more. This is one I'm definitely going to have to spend more time with. Maybe once I really get a feel for how it works, I'll enjoy it more. The music is absolutely insane. It just sounds like it was made by a psychotic person. It's really odd. I'm happy to have this in my collection, and like I said, it's one I have to give more time to, but it did not make the best first impression. Gnarly. Second Game Gear game. Let's see. Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I've played, I believe, the first two Mortal Kombat games on the Game Boy. They were pretty bad. I assume this one's not great, but I do believe I have heard that it's better than the Game Boy ports. So I'll be interested to check this out. 2 buttons, only 2 buttons. So this one, the label does have some scratches. There's some stuff up here, but really, it's still a nice looking cart. So. Yeah. Bodacious. Mortal Kombat 2 was released for the Game Gear in 1994. And so with this one, I actually enjoyed this more than I thought I would. It's not a fantastic version. It's not even really that good of a version of Mortal Kombat 2. But you know what? I figured out how to do some of the moves. And even though it is very choppy and not anywhere near the experience you'd get on, say, the Genesis or obviously in the arcade, it was alright. It was fun. It was funny. The first game, Tasmania, I thought I would enjoy a lot more than I did, and it kind of ended up being a dud as far as my initial impressions. This one, again, it's not a great game, but just thinking back to if I would have had this as a kid, I would have been very happy with this version of Mortal Kombat 2 on the go. So it's definitely one I'm going to spend a little more time with, see if I can figure out some more of the moves, see how far I can get, see if I can beat it. And yeah, I'm glad to have this. So I guess let's do 2600. Biggest collection, getting bigger. Let's hope it's a winner. They've done very well. There's a fly. They've done very well so far. Oh, man, this fly is going to drive me nuts. How did you get in here? Alright. Let's do it. Ooh, Freeway. I had this when I was a kid. Ooh, that label is rough. I believe. Is this the one where you're the chicken? Right? I believe this is the one where you're the chicken. It's like Frogger, kind of. Not as good. It's a David Crane game, apparently. That label is very rough. That's fine, though. I can see what it is on the... When I have it on the shelf, that's what matters. There's like a barcode, like there was something, maybe a sticker on here or something, then I don't know. My Activision collection is really growing. The cool thing I'll say about all these weird markings on it is that it kind of distracts from that Activision label crap. the glue bleeding. Oh man, sweet. Now, I know I played this a lot when I was younger, but I don't think it's as good of a game as I thought it was when I was a kid. I haven't played it in a long time. I've seen people play it recently, and it is very much, if I remember correctly, a poor man's Frogger. But you guys will see what I think. Maybe I enjoy it more than I think I'm going to. Freeway was released in 1981 for the Atari 2600. It's a David Crane game by the almighty Activision. I do remember having this as a kid after I've played it. I remember specifically thinking that the idea that you're playing the chicken crossing the road was just the greatest thing in the world. I love this game just for that concept alone. So there's always a second chicken on screen. This is definitely meant to be enjoyed with 2 players to see who can get more points first. I would have had a lot more fun had I had a second person to play with when I was recording footage, but alas I did not. It's an okay game. It's one I definitely need to try with another player, but it is just kind of monotonous. You just keep doing the same thing. There's different difficulties that more challenging, and that was kind of fun to mess around with. I'll definitely play it, but I definitely want to bring somebody else with me next time. So we have another Atari game. Let's see what it is. Another Activision. Wow. Wow. Is this a later game or something? It says 1981. Look at this cartridge. It doesn't have any of that glue bleed. That's... I mean, there's some scuffs on it and stuff, but that's the nicest looking Activision label I've ever seen. I don't know if there's something different about this cartridge. Like, is the label different? Is the glue different? I'm not sure, but ice hockey. I'm not really a big sports person, but I do enjoy hockey. You can definitely tell what it is from there. I mean, it looks like little people. That's pretty good graphics for the Atari. I just can't believe this is the nicest Activision label I've ever seen. Has anyone ever played this? Is it a good game of hockey? I mean, I guess you guys will see what I think, but I am unfamiliar with this game. I just can't get over this label. It looks like some kittens or something were chewing on it. My kittens have been chewing up all of my everything. Wow, super sweet. It's radical. Radical, man! Ice Hockey was released for the Atari 2600 in 1981. I don't have a whole lot to say about this game. I liked it. I'm not a big sports guy. Out of all of the, big major sports, I probably enjoy hockey, like watching hockey the most, and playing hockey games probably the most. I think I understand the sport the most, more than football or soccer and whatnot. You'll see how bad I am at sports games more so later. Spoiler. But I had a lot of fun with this. This was super cool. This is one I'll definitely play more. I thought it was a blast. Just really simple game of hockey. Not the greatest physics, not the greatest graphics, not the greatest sounds, but a good little time waster. Definitely cool to have. Alright, 2 NES games is what we got left. Oh, please be some winners. I guess I was just doing one on the top here. Which one? I think that's the front. Alright, here we go. First NES. NES Play Action Football. So, like I was just saying, I'm not a big sports guy. That's a 4-player game. But, I don't know. I might enjoy some old football games. I'll definitely try it out. You guys might be having a lot of fun watching me suffer because I'm very bad at it. I don't know if this is... I'm not familiar with this one at all. So let me know if this is a good game of football. What's it say on the bottom? You choose realistic offense and tough defensive strategies. Is there a year on this? No. It's a pretty nice looking cartridge. Label looks very nice. There's not a lot of marks on the card itself. It's another sports game, and it's football. So, this is NES Play Action Football. It was released for the NES in 1990. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't really understand the rules of football. I've only played a handful of football games in my life, mostly Madden, because I had a friend who didn't play much video games, but he played Madden, so I used to play with him, so I could play video games with him. He always kicks my ass, but we had a fun time. I am genuinely curious. One, do people consider this a good football game for the NES? And two, how do you guys feel about the isometric view? Because it was really throwing me off. I had a hard time dealing with it. I don't know if it was more just I didn't know what I was doing, and that made it worse, or... I don't know. The isometric view was just weird for me. Please let me know. Is this a good game of football? Do you guys like the isometric view? I will have to give this more time when I understand more what I'm doing, but I am definitely glad to have it in my collection. The digitized voices are really cool, too. One more. I'm already going to say this is a pretty good box. I hope that the last game is not another sports game. That would be a little disappointing. But I'd say pretty good box. So, last game. Let's do it. Wah, wah, wah. Great game. Awesome game. I just got this in my retro game treasure. I thought I updated my list in time to not get a duplicate, but I might not have. Because it was really clear. My retro game treasure was late. So now I have 2 copies of Tetris. Yeah, awesome game. Awesome game. Guess that means I get to play more Tetris for this video, so that's sweet. The label on this one is coming off a little bit right there. So I think the one I got from Retro Game Treasure is actually in better condition. So I'll probably trade this, or I don't know, do something with it. Awesome game. Had I not just gotten this in Retro Game Treasure, I would be like, you know, much more excited. Go watch my Retro Game Treasure video so you can see what I mean. I mean, I'll check to make sure that I know I marked it off. I had to have. Yeah, it's marked off. I'm just gonna chalk it up to, I don't think that's their fault. I think just the fact that Retro Game Treasure was so late this month, I just didn't get it in there in time. So that's okay. Like I said, I'll probably just keep it to use to trade with someone for something that I need. Or, you know, trade it in at my local retro game store. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll head down there this weekend. And super great game. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Radical, radical, radical. So it's NES Tetris. I just talked about this in the last video. It's amazing. The music is amazing. The graphics are amazing. I just said all this stuff. It's my first duplicate. Again, I think it's just because I got these boxes so close together, and when I updated my VGM list, it was just too late, and they already packed my box. But it's cool. I don't mind having 2 versions of Tetris. It's a little disappointing that I got a duplicate, but it's gonna happen. Gnarly, gnarly, gnarly. Bodacious, bodacious, bodacious. So, I guess we'll do a quick recap. Tetris, great game. Duplicate, I don't think it's their fault. I guess the whole name of this is NES Play Action Football. I'm not sure, but this football game, ice hockey with the nicest Activision label I've ever seen in my entire life. Freeway, which is sweet. It's another childhood game. I'm trying to get, at the very least, all of the games that I had when I was a child. I do remember enjoying this. Mortal Kombat 2. I'm sure it's not a great version of Mortal Kombat 2, but definitely super sweet to have. Love Game Gear cartridges. I just love the way that they look. They're so futuristic and lovely. Then we have Tasmania, and that's got me real bloody chuffed. That is sweetness. So we'll see how much everything's worth. I know that because I just looked this up, that this is about a $10 game, like $9.99. Atari games are usually fairly inexpensive, at least the common ones. So I'm sure these probably aren't worth a whole lot of money. I have no idea about the Game Gear games, but hopefully we, got somewhere near what we paid for. If not, I would say that this experience was worth $44.99, however much this is. I can't remember off the top of my head. So let me know what you guys think. What's your pick of the box? If I had not just gotten Tetris, again, it would be Tetris. I will say that the pick of the box for me, probably actually Tasmania. I know that I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I think they talked positively about it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this game sucks ass. But I'm excited about it. I look forward to it a lot. And honestly, if I had to go for another one, probably Freeway, just because, again, it's one that I played when I was a wee little Aggie. Little tiny hands on the joystick. So I have a blast doing these videos. I appreciate everyone who joins me, watches me, ramble on, take a cardboard empty. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you later. Bye. Arr.